welcome to episode 92 of the MastoCast. How's it going? Welcome on in. Thank you for joining us on this, it's quite a nice day today on the Thursday that I'm recording this. It's nice and sunny. I just went to the for a walk to the shops to pick up a parcel, and I was like, it's a nice day today. And, yeah, it's good. It's a nice, lovely day. And, yeah, hopefully it'll be like this all weekend. How are you doing? Welcome on into the MastoCast, episode 92. Hope you're doing well if you listen to this on the Friday that this comes out. Yeah. Welcome to the MastoCast. What's the MastoCast? It's the monoblog podcast hosted by yours truly. And we talk about all things, because it's a monoblog, I talk about what I've been up to and stuff. I like to talk about video games and I like to talk about music. The two of my favourite things. Two of my favourite things, you know what I'm saying? Yes. But yeah, welcome on in. What have you been up to? I mean, I know you can't answer back, but like, I'm asking anyways. I don't know. I'm acting as if I'm on a live stream. Last week I acted as if I was live on the radio, and now I'm acting as if I'm on a live stream. Kind of miss the live streams, I'll be honest. I've been thinking about them quite recently. I don't know. But yeah, welcome on in. Hope you're having a nice weekend if you listen to this on the Friday that comes out. Thank you anybody who's listened to the previous episode. It's good to have you here once again if you are listening. But yeah. What have I been up to? What have I been up to this past week? Not a lot really. I picked up Duolingo again. I did like fucking Japanese last year, but that is such a hard language to learn that like I just stopped it. I just stopped doing it, and I just couldn't cluster up the courage to like pick up where I left from. So I'm trying to learn German on Duolingo now, just because it's a fun language and like it's a bit easier. Germany rules. So yeah, I'm learning German at the moment on Duolingo. Why? I mean, I've just told you why, but like, you know, I don't go to Germany often or anything, or know any German people. But I don't know. I just thought I'd pick it up. I like it. It's a cool language to learn, and yeah, it's cool. You know, I'd like to go back to Germany at some point. I went to Berlin in like 2015, and it was like one of the coolest places I've ever been to. It was great. And was it 2015? No, sorry, 2016. And it was like it was really cool. I went away with all my friends, and like it was like four of us boys and four girls as well, and it was like the first time I properly hung out with Haley before we were together. Little known fact. So yeah, that was technically our first holiday. But like I wasn't with her though. I was with someone else. But let's not talk about her. Fuck's sakes. Anyways, yeah, Germany's cool. I'm learning German on Duolingo. I hope I stick with it, to be honest. But not a lot really. Bit at work. Can't be asked with it at the moment. I'm getting a bit sick of these Monday to Friday shifts. I can't wait to go back on to Continentals and stuff. Like, I've got to go to work after this podcast is recorded. Like, it's flipping like I'm on a 2 till 10 shift. The 2 till 10 shifts absolutely suck. Just don't like them. Don't like them as much as I thought I would do, but hey-oh. It's only temporary, so hopefully I'll go back onto them soon rather than later. It'll probably be the new year, but who knows. Anyways, but yeah, that's all I've been up to really. Not much. Been playing a lot of the new Ghost of Yotei, which I will talk about for sure. Watched the new Ozzy Osbourne thing that's on the BBC. Sharon Ozzy Osbourne Coming Home, it's called. You can watch that on BBC iPlayer now. It's about an hour long, something like that, and it basically goes through basically the whole lead up to just Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne moving back to England, really, before the whole before the final gig, really. And it goes into like Ozzy's like illness, what he had before he passed away and stuff like that. Quite an emotional watch towards the end, all that sort of stuff. I mean, obviously you know what happens, but yeah, it's a bit of an insight as to what was going on, like sort of the last, his sort of last year being alive. So that was quite emotional to watch. But I believe there's another one as well on Paramount Plus. Like, I don't think it's the same one. Paramount Plus I've revealed that there's an Ozzy Osbourne documentary, but I don't think it's. Yeah, it's called Ozzy No Escape From Now, and that's out now on Paramount Plus. So I'll have to give that a watch because I bloody love Ozzy Osbourne. I've got a bloody tattoo, haven't I? Yeah, so that's out now. But the one on the BBC iPlayer is quite an interesting watch, and like I say, it gets sad, doesn't it? Yeah, so watch that. There's new Alan Partridge on BBC iPlayer, so like, we basically watched it straight after the Sharon and Ozzy thing. Those of you who know me will know that I am an Alan Partridge obsessive, particularly mainly the two the 2-seasoned series that he did, which is literally just called I'm Alan Partridge. Like, I can quote that all fucking day, every day. I'm pretty sure I quote Alan Partridge every day. Like, something will happen and I'll have an Alan Partridge quote for it. So it's I mean, obviously, like, knowing me, knowing you, like the talk show that was on before, like that was obviously really, really good, and I liked him in the Day to Day as well that he did with what's his name from Christopher Morris from Brass Eye. I love the sort of stuff he did then too. But like after I'm Alan Partridge, like his output's been like, some of it's been alright, some of it's been pretty shit. Like the Alpha Papa movie was okay. That there was like the news one that he did. That he did like a couple of years ago. Like that one was quite funny. I really enjoyed that. Mid Morning Matters was quite good. Apparently the tour that he did, the arena tour that he did, was like absolutely bombed. Apparently that wasn't very good. So like, but there's a new one now where he goes over the topic of like mental health. It's called How Are You with Alan Partridge. I've not watched all of it yet. I've watched the first 4 episodes. I think I've got about 2 more to go. Really, but yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I mean, there's some. I always feel like with new Alan Partridge stuff, it has good moments. Like there are some good moments in episodes. It's kind of just waiting for them to happen. Like there are some bits that will go on for a while that are actually hilarious, and sometimes it'll just go off and there's some other tangent and just be like, yeah, that's not really that funny. But I've watched first 4 episodes and it's good. It's good so far. I think like the last episode that I watched, like, I didn't find particularly all that good, but I've got another 2 episodes to watch of that. So yeah, all hail Alan Partridge. Good to see him back. Good to see him back. But like it's all like him going on, like making a documentary on people's mental health, but like you can clearly see that it's something that he's kind of forced himself into doing. He's kind of saying like he is this big ambassador for like mental health, but like the character he's sort of playing is sort of like, I just want to do a documentary on it to try and like make some money out of it and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's some of it is funny. Like I will give it that. Anyways, but yeah, that's what I've been up to really. Work, watch it on Partridge, Ozzy Osbourne, story of my life, and yeah, went. I'll tell you what I did do though. Yesterday, I did have the day off work yesterday because I went to Manchester at the Albert Hall to see Blood Incantation on the Absolute Elsewhere tour, and I'm sure some people who are weekly listeners will remember that my album of the year was their album Absolute Elsewhere of last year. It's an album that I still spin like fuck today. I think it's a masterpiece. It's incredible. It's a 10 out of 10, and it's a game changer within that world of like progressive death metal and all cosmic sort of stuff. So like they announced like this tour a while back. There was like London. I believe there was a London date, Bristol date, Glasgow date at the Garage, and Bristol in Ireland, in the UK. So obviously Albert Hall's the closest I'm gonna go. So I went to that, and yeah, and I tell you what, Albert Hall in Manchester, beautiful venue. I think it's my favourite venue in Manchester. Hate going to Manchester for gigs. It's too far away. Like, just come to Newcastle. Anyone, just come to Newcastle. Manchester's a pain in the ass to get to. It's always busy. Like, all the venues are like really far apart from each other. Like, I think like the Albert Hall is about as central as you can be. Like that, and maybe the AO Arena. Like, they're the most central you're going to be. But Manchester, pain. It's just a pain. I just don't like going there. Like, just come to Newcastle or Leeds, please. It's much easier for all of us people up north. Look, a lot of people say Manchester's up north, right? But there's more north than Manchester, It's fucking Newcastle. And some bands might say, well, you got Glasgow. Go to Glasgow. No, that's too far away as well. Look, just give it, like, it took me 2.5 hours to get to Manchester. 2.5 hours. And 2.5 hours back. Insane. Anyways, that's my waffle of Manchester over and done with. But the Albert Hall's beautiful. It's a fantastic venue. It's gorgeous. I think it's definitely like my favourite venue in all of Manchester. Like, it is, like, when you walk in, and it's like, you can see it right at the back, like these massive pipes from the organ that has been there, and like just the whole stained glass windows that surround the place, like up the balcony and everything, and it's lovely. It's just a lovely venue, and like the sound there is good as well. Yeah, really like it, and it's not too big, not too small. It's probably about 1,000 capacity, something like that. Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing venue. I love it. But yeah, yeah. Who started? So the first band I'll talk about. They're called. I think they're called Sign, because the name is spelled Siijjn. So I'm just gonna guess they're called Sign. Never heard this band before on the lead up to the gig, and they were really cool. The sound was quite muddy for them, I will say. Like that sort of like the very sort of like thrashy sort of death metal. They introduce every song like, this is the whatever it's called, or death, and they're like, it's just like loads of thrashy riffs, like loads of D beat, like fucking like that, like just really thrashy, fast death metal. Like, I imagine it sounds good, but like the sound wasn't working for me. The guitarist was like very fucking tall. It's huge, very tall guy. Like he's definitely over like 6'7" or something like that. Like possibly 7 foot. He's gigantic. He was rocking like a Dean Dimebag signature guitar, and like it made it look like a fucking toy. It looked tiny on him, but no, like they had cool like stage presence and stuff like that. There were like I'll have to give them a listen because I think like the sound like kind of done them over a little bit, but they got a good reception. There was loads of people there for them, which is to see for support bands, which is nice. Yeah, and the second band that came on, which was a band that I have been aware of before, is a band called Oranzi Pazuzu. And I remember this band coming out. Well, I say coming out. I remember them releasing an album in 2020 called Mr. and Kinsey. And basically, what they do is just like really horrifying black metal with loads of like Moog synths, all that sort of stuff, and it's very atmospheric. It's kind of like Emperor just meets all those mad modular synths and Moogs and all that sort of stuff. 5-piece band. I never listened to the latest album that came out though. Moon Tuya. But yeah, they're a Finnish band, and they looked cool. I will say this, they looked pretty cool. Like Stratocasters, Telecasters, like there was about 5 different like synthesizers set up. But like yeah, it was really cool. Very very like encapsulating, and they had like loads of smoke going around the venue, like just trying to be like very atmospheric and like just kind of keeping you sort of drawn into this sort of horrifying sort of noise. It was basically noise, but it was good noise. I enjoyed them. I thought they were really really good. Like there were points of the set where my mind was just getting blown, and like towards the end of the set, like they finished on this song, and it was just like they were all just freaking out like on the stage. It was just like this big massive like all over, and like the guitar player, like he unplugged the cable from his guitar and like kept on like thrashing the cable around in his palm to make some weird crazy earthing noises with all of his pedals and such. Yeah, they were a pretty crazy band, but they were really cool though. I'll have to give the latest album a listen because it was really good. But anyways, the headliner, Blood Incantation. My God, I've been waiting to see them live ever since I heard the latest album. I mean, I loved the previous album they did, Hidden History of the Human Race. But obviously, with this being the Absolute Elsewhere tour, the Absolute Else tour, as I call it, they're playing the album in full. That's right, all 2 tracks. And if anyone remembers what I said before, like the Absolute Elsewhere album is made up of 2 tracks, and both of those tracks are separated into 3 tablets, but it's basically 2 tracks. You've got the Stargate and you've got the Message, and both of those tracks are about 20 to 25 minutes long, and yeah, so they're both long songs. That's why the album's literally just 2 songs long. But like obviously the came on with Stargate, and like obviously that song is just incredible, as well as the Message from that album. And like like if you close your eyes, it was like the album was just playing like with the PA, like rather than a band itself. Like they were just so tight. Like when they were doing like the heavy blast beat death metal shit, it sounded like insanely heavy. But like they were able to pull off like all of those like atmospheric, like smooth, like Dave Gilmour, Pink Floyd sort of moments. Like they were able to pull them off live as well. Like they've got someone on keys as well, which really helps. And it was all completely live as well. And I don't think there was a backing track in sight, which was great to see. And yeah, it was just great. Like when they played Stargate, which is about 20 odd minutes long, and that finished, and it was just like, holy shit, this is amazing. Like their front man, he's so hilariously like awkward. He'll like they finished playing the Stargate, and they were just like, Hello. So, that was track 1, side 1. You've now got to flip the record and put down the needle. Do it gently. The song's called The Message! And then, like, they went straight into The Message, obviously the second track of the album, and, like, played that, and that was also amazing, you know, same sort of feeling I got from the Stargate, like, just the way that finishes off, like, with the, that sort of black metal, like, you know, like, trem picking that's going on with the with that sort of lead line that goes at the end, and it fades out into those sort of like you know, like synthy sort of moody sort of piece that album ends with. Like it's a fucking masterpiece. It's incredible, and like they did that. Obviously, they did like the Dave Gilmour bit towards the end, where it was just like him doing like the "Can you hear them calling your name?" Like, unbelievable. Really, really, really good. But yeah, obviously they played that, and then they played 4 more songs. That was it. It was basically a 6-song set. They played the Giza Power Plant, which is from Hidden Histories of the Human Race, which is a great track. It's one of the smaller ones. It's probably only about 5 minutes. But yeah, that's an amazing track. They played what was it called? So they played the 4th tablet. There's a song called "The 5th Tablet" in brackets of Enuma Elise, which is an album I'm not actually familiar with. I believe it's like a demo. Wouldn't surprise me. There's also the a track from Starspawn, which is Meticulous Soul Devourment, which is one of the more sort of, you know, vibey sort of tracks. And then finishing with one of the epic tracks that came out as a single, which is part of like the Luminescent Bridge single. The finish with Obligatory of the Eclectic, and that was amazing as well. Like, I do really, really like that track. Like, basically, they played 6 songs. If you counted them as the tablets, you get a 10-song set. But, you know, this was like an hour and a quarter, I think it was. But yeah, just being absolutely pummeled by progressive death metal. Like, they were really tight. They were great. I enjoyed our Skullet Warrior, who was a front man, who was just like, he's just got a really dry sense of humour. It would literally just be like, we've not been to Manchester before, so we're playing a song that we've not played in a long time, so we hope you like it. And he said something about like Hidden Histories of the Human Race. It was like it's not a okay record. It's not a terrible record. I think we played a bit fast on it. The song is called "The Giza Power Plant." I was like, ugh. Oh yeah, it was you know, they were fantastic. They were really, really great. I'm really glad I got to see them and finally hear this album live. So yeah, I imagine they'll probably whatever they do next after this album, they'll probably write more material, and it might be harder to play, you know, both songs into the set, because you know one of these songs is like 4 songs worth to a normal band, really. So I imagine they'll probably do some anniversary shows of this album in about 10 years time or whatever, and believe me, I'll probably be back there as a 43-year-old. But yeah, Blood Incantation were absolutely incredible. They were awesome. But yeah, loved it. Loved that gig. It was great. Anyways, on to some music news, actually. Something that I do have for you. Hatebreed have announced a one-off show at the Starting Carter in Manchester, and it's at the Starting Carter, which is like a tiny venue in Manchester. Again, I bloody well wish I was closer to Manchester and I didn't have to travel all the way there. because this would be really, really great. I would love to be there. But yeah, Hatebreed are playing the Star Encarta on the 14th of October. That is 4 days from this episode coming out. You got to register for tickets. They go on sale. Well, to be honest, it'll be sold out by the time you listen to this. I don't know why I'm talking about it now, but it's cool to see this happen though. Like Hatebreed at the Star Encarta, that'll be fucking hell on. 18 plus, and it's a no phones thing. No phones, love to fucking see it. And support from Impunity, who I talked about last week. They played the all-dayer. Big up North Yorkshire hardcore, you know. Impunity opening up for Hatebreed. I'd love to go to that, but yeah, it's Manchester. It's petrol money, man. It's costing a lot, and I've got to go to Corfu in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I need to be a good boy. If this isn't Newcastle, I'd be like, yeah, go on then. But yeah, it's great to see. Cool to see Hatebreed doing smaller gigs like this, and you know, a lot of people are speculating that Hatebreed could headline Outbreak Fest this year, because this has been organised by the Outbreak team. So a lot of people are speculating this could be a clue for next year's headliner, and my God, I bloody well hope it is, because I think a lot of people have been crying out for Hatebreed for Outbreak Festival. I've still never seen Hatebreed. They're literally playing Newcastle in a couple of days' time with Killswitch Engage, but I didn't bloody pick up tickets, did I? Because I'm a fucking idiot. But yeah, the Hatebreed are playing Manchester at the start. I'm getting, like, obviously this is sort of around the while they're touring with Killswitch Engage, so Hatebreed are just going to play some small pub in Manchester. Love to see it. Just wish it was closer. Anyways, that's it for music. I'll talk about some video games real quick. Been playing Ghost of Yotei. I've got it the day before it came out, actually. It was meant to be out on the 2nd of October, but it arrived on the 1st. And I was like, oh, isn't this nice? A video game the day before it released. So I've been playing it pretty much non-stop ever since it came out. I was a big fan of Ghost of the Shimmer. I had that on Did I have it on PS5? Yeah, PS5. But I was quite late to it, so I played that a few years later after it came out. But yeah, really enjoyed Ghost of the Shimmer. So when the opportunity came for Ghost of Yotei, I was like, hell yes, absolutely, really, really up for that. And I'm about, I'd probably say about 13 hours into the game so far. According to my PlayStation account, I'm about 40% way through the story, as well as, you know, I've been doing some side missions here and there, some bounties and stuff like that. This game is really bloody good so far. I'm really, really enjoying it. It looks stunning. It's gorgeous. There's so much to do. It's one of those that I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with after I've finished the campaign. And yeah, it's just really cool, really violent, and just the combat and everything, it's great. And yeah, I'll obviously talk more about it when I finished it, but I think that'll be quite soon, because I'm really enjoying it a lot, and I've been playing it a lot as well. Donkey Kong Bonanza, I've just got that. That arrived yesterday, but I haven't played it yet. But yeah, I have got that. I played the demo for it on that is now available on the Nintendo eShop. Like, it's a free demo. You only get to play half an hour of it. But that half hour I played of it, I was like, I gotta get this. This is so fucking fun. And so I just bought it on eBay really cheap. And yeah, it was awesome. It's awesome. It's fucking awesome. But yeah, if you want to know what Donkey Kong's like, just download the demo. It's only half an hour long though, but it's still really great. But yeah, is that it? I don't think I've got else to talk about really. But yeah. Anyways, that's it, folks. That's all, folks. I'll shut up now. Right, that was it. That was episode 92 of the MastoCast. Thanks very much for listening, everybody. I hope you have a lovely weekend if you listen to this on Friday that comes out. If you want to support the podcast, don't forget to, like, share, subscribe on the YouTubes if you are listening on there. If you are, on the Spotify, do go ahead and download it and all that sort of stuff, and follow MastoCast. If you listen to us on Apple Music, give the podcast a rating. It helps and all that. I've started to plug all this sort of stuff, really, because it needs to happen. Because otherwise, how more people are going to listen? But anyways, hope you enjoyed listening to that. This has been the MastoCast, episode 92. Take care. Cheers. Love you. Bye.